But it's not just oligarchy and the power of the rich that we are fighting. Right now, we are taking on a president who undermines our Constitution every day, who threatens our freedom of speech and freedom of assembly. We're taking on a president whose agents are riding around in unmarked cars, grabbing people off of the streets, putting them in vans, and taking them to detention centers in this country and abroad. And I want you to picture it. Some of you may have seen some of those videos. Swarm of agents come around, surround some woman in Massachusetts, throw her into a car. That is what takes place in dictatorships, not democracies. And as some of you know, by a 9-0 vote, the United States Supreme Court told Trump to bring back that gentleman from El Salvador. And I think we can all be in agreement. And again, this is not a progressive issue. It's actually more a conservative issue. Our conservative friends say we support the Constitution. Well, if you support the Constitution, you don't throw people into detention centers in El Salvador. Every day, Trump is trying to take more and more power away from the Congress. He is, in an unprecedented way, taking on the judiciary. What America is supposed to be about is you have a judicial system, and sometimes they rule for you, sometimes they rule against you. And I got to tell you, I am no great fan of the Roberts Supreme Court. They gave us this terrible decision on Roe v. Wade, on Citizens United, and other bad decisions. But we live in a rule of law. Donald Trump, obey the Supreme Court of the United States. But he is not just trying to usurp power from the Congress and the judiciary. Apparently, Mr. Trump is unfamiliar with the First Amendment to the Constitution, freedom of speech. And in recent months, the President of the United States has sued ABC, CBS, Meta, the Des Moines Register. His FCC is now investigating NPR and PBS. And the other day he said CBS should lose its license. And what terrible crime did CBS commit? They criticized policies of the President of the United States. How terrible for the President to be criticized. So, Mr. President, you're living in a democracy whether you like it or not. And part of living in a democracy is to accept criticism. And if you can't take criticism, get out of the political process. You know, it's really rather amazing suing media who write stories that you don't like. This is a guy who all of you know over the years has been vulgar in his attacks against his opponents. He can dish it out, make terrible comments about anybody and everybody. CBS writes a story that's critical of him. Oh my God, they got to lose their license. But it's not only the media, unbelievably. He is going after major law firms who have represented clients opposed to his policies. And I say to those cowardly law firms, these are multi-billion-dollar law firms who make huge sums of money every year by doing business in Washington representing corporate interests. The function of a law firm is to protect the rule of law, not cave in to authoritarianism.